Hello and welcome back to the Grand Gaels. So last time we took over Fife and effectively doubled our strength. So we now have a maximum number of troops of 1025, which is pretty good, I'd say. That's going to get us a lot of places. Now, this is with this province not giving us the full amount of troops, because we have reduced control, we get minus 50% levies and minus 100% taxes, which means that, well, once we get the control up to full, we're going to be in a much, much better spot. So, I'm happy about all that. But to get control up, actually, do we have any base control going up? Let me see here. So, it's monthly increasing by 0.2. I think we're going to put our marshal on it as well. Let's see how much that goes up by monthly now. 1.3. Okay, so it's going to take quite a few months to get fully under control, but yeah, it's going to start making us a lot of money. So that's good. We also need to wait for our troops to reinforce, so what I think we might do is have a moment or two of peace as well. Let me just have a look. So this is our next target. They have 970 troops. Now, they are Scots and their land is hills. The nice thing about that is that we, I think, get a bonus in hills while they get nothing. So that seems good to me. So if we have a look here, we got hill dwellers. Is that the one I'm thinking of? No, Highland warriors. There we go. So we get supply limit and levy size, but levy size doesn't really matter. So supply limit in hills is nice. But the hill commanders, I think, are the positive stuff that we're going to get here. So if we go and have a look at our commanders, we can see what kind of bonuses we're getting. So, is it this guy? One of these guys was a hill guy, unless they're all dead, which is also a possibility. Wait, I thought we had some people who were good at hill stuff. I thought we recruited some. They might have died. That's the other thing. There's definitely a... Oh no, there we go. Rough terrain expert. I just didn't recognize the one that we had here. So yeah, we get +4 advantage in hills, which is quite nice, and our minimum battle roll goes up. So we're overall going to get better rolls. So that's all fairly good stuff. Right, so now we've done that, I think it's time to just be at peace for a little bit. Just going to unpause, chill out. What's this thing? Court positions. We know about this. This is basically just telling us that we should be aware that we have positions in our court that are not yet filled. Now, we currently don't really have that much money to spend on them, but if we were to, say, get extra control in Fife here, we would actually end up having enough money to maybe get a court physician, which seems like a good first one to get. Everything else doesn't really seem that important, although a seneschal could be good to get us extra control growth. The problem with that is that we're spending 0.6 and we're currently only getting 0.3, so it's not going to work out great right now. Do we even have anybody who's good here? Yeah, we've got one who's got an average aptitude, so we're probably getting like 0.3 extra control per month. This seems like more of a if you've conquered a larger area and you want it all to go up in strength. Just seeing if we got anything else. Bodyguards, I don't think anyone's trying to kill us. We don't really have that many people who know about us. And then personal champion. Take your place in some duels and gives us prestige and dread decay. I don't think we need any of that, actually. Yeah, I think the only one we could need is a court physician, and we should probably get one of those before the next time we go to war, because the reason why a lot of our knights were dying in the previous war, I believe, is because they used the court physician for any of your knights who are injured in battle, and if you don't have a court physician, they don't get any treatment, and then there's a higher chance of them dying. That's my understanding of it. Could be incorrect, but hey, that's what we're going to work with. Liege goes to war. Oh, okay. Interesting. Also sway, Castilian culture. A commoner of Castilian heritage has been accosted in the streets of Stirling over some minor offence. By making a statement in their defence, I could perhaps convince my suffragan bishop, Fruilla, the equally Castilian, of my good character, but I may risk alienating my Gaelic peers. So, a chance that I get some minus prestige to make him like us. He actually already likes us, I just noticed. Oh, why does he like us now? Oh, because we've already swayed him twice. Oh, in which case, let's not worry about it. I'll just get my 75 prestige and then I'll stop swaying him. Yeah, I don't need to do this anymore. He likes us, which means that he's paying us taxes, which is really all that matters. So, yeah, I'm quite happy for that to just continue as it is. Oh yeah, who did our liege go to war with? He went to war with Man. Okay, so they got 2,000 troops. Our liege has 2,700 and has allies. It's pretty much going to be a short war. What did he declare for? Galloway. Okay, so for this bit. Wait, is that for the... Okay, yeah, so just for that province of Galloway down there. Okay, cool. We don't really need to worry about it too much unless they siege our land, but they're probably not going to do that. Yeah, we're not really in the right spot for that. Hey, our son has come of age. What has he got? He has got Brilliant Strategist, which is a top-level martial education. And he's got Logistician, which is supply duration up. Nice, well, wait a second. Look at that. 13 martial. That's pretty good. I'm just thinking here. Oh, he's betrothed, so that marriage can go through. So we'll send that betrothal through. Fantastic. Chance of an inheritable trait. And just now, we may change this later. I'm going to forbid him from being a knight. The reason I'm going to forbid him from being a knight is, one, he's not actually that good at it. And two, if he's a knight, there's a chance he dies. And currently, we don't really... I mean, we have some other heirs, I suppose, but we don't really have anybody else who's in a good position to take over. Once these sons start hitting, like, age 16, then we'll probably put them into a knight position. But until then, I think we're fine. I'm also just checking. How much does a men-at-arms cost us? If I wanted to increase its size, costs us 40. Okay, so it's relatively expensive given how much money we have. That's fine. We should probably start working on the next claim as well, just while I'm here. So we'll claim Athol here, from Athol, because that's kind of the next thing we want. Why did our troop numbers drop? I'm not entirely sure. We must have... Oh, you know why our troop numbers dropped? Because I switched my marshal from increase our troop numbers to increase control. Okay, yeah. So as I was wondering why we all of a sudden had less troops, but that's the reason. That makes sense. Okay, so they're sieging here, and we're just going to kind of wait. Yeah, it's not really a lot for us to do. At the end of the field exercise, it had seemed a brilliant idea. To practice regrouping an army in disarray, I split my troops and ordered every officer to independently make their way to Stirling. Of course, by the third day of waiting, but with only half of my army in place, I'm now seeing the flaws in the plan. MacLair suggests I ride out with a contingent of knights to find the missing troops, while the rest of the army returns home. So I can search for them, or I can say, good idea, you're in charge. I'm just gonna search for them. Let's see how this goes. I can hear an absolute ruckus coming from a roadside tavern. One of my knights kicks open the door, revealing a room full of my wayward soldiers. My arrival makes them fall silent and stare down their tankards, with nary a word between them. The proprietor narrows her eyes. So you're responsible for this rabble. So I can pay some coin for the damages. Okay. I can say the men have the right idea, pour me a drink. I'm temperate and vengeful, so that's not really going to work. Or I'm tired of dealing with undisciplined soldiers and just go home. I'll pay the money. We'll keep the event going. Approaching a lake, I spot a camp pitched on its shores. As I enter it, I'm met by the sergeant in charge. My lord, our water supplies leaked while on the move, and our pack animals cannot make the march home without more water than we currently have. The soldier looks at me nervously. If the lord and his knights helped carry water skins, however... I can say, nah, I'm ready to go. I can say the men will march, and they will march now, and we get desertion, which lowers our levy size for 5 years. We may not go to war in 5 years, so that might be fine, or I can lose some prestige. I'll just take the prestige lost for just now. When my outriders brought news of the little encampment, I did not expect to find the soldiers still practicing their battle formations. It seems that my knight, Setna, took it upon himself to continue the field exercises while waiting for word from the main army. His troops line up neatly as I ride up to meet him. So I can say those are not the orders I gave, or... What's this shoddy stance? Which gives us -2 advantage. I'll say those are not the orders I gave. The last of my troops have made it back, and order has been restored. Though this was hardly a brilliant display of military brilliance, I have gained a new perspective on my army and the individual soldiers from which it is composed, and most importantly, I got myself a martial perk. Now, we've kind of just been chucking things in here as we needed them. Let's just see, do we actually want to go down the gallant line? I don't really feel like we need the courtship side of it. I don't think we need any of this side here, apart from maybe the marriage acceptance for close family. That might be quite useful. Promising prospects. Let's see what else we got. Friendly fatal casualties down, advantage up. Now that's only for us if we were leading armies, and we may not be doing that. And then number of knights. We don't have that many people. Yeah, so it seems like this, like we've got some useful bits, but not like a ton of things we can necessarily use. I'd say like this is probably the best one for us, promising prospects, but even then we already married, so that's kind of not as good as it could be. I think we might want to look over at this side. So Bellum Justum is quite nice because it lowers the cost of actually declaring a war. So this leads into nice things. We get some buffs to stats which don't really matter because we don't really have that diverse an army. Yeah, that one's okay, but again, it's like none of this is amazing for us because we don't have an army that's going to take advantage of it. So I think we can probably leave strategist apart from maybe 1 point in the first one. So overseer, control growth per month. That seems pretty good. That seems like a really good start because that'll help us get more troops. Defender advantage is nice. Gain control in county progress. See, this is all looking good. Fort levels up. Yeah, I think this might be where we go. Hard rules not really needed. This one's quite nice, lowering the army maintenance and increasing the levy reinforcement rate in our own territory. Mercenary hire cost enables absolute control. So this is when all your provinces have 100 control. You get an extra bonus. And then overseer gives us more control growth. Yeah, I think this is the right way to go. So we could take serve the crown. So it gives us natural dread, so people are more likely to do what we want because we're scary. Yeah, so we now got 15. I'm just saying, yeah, so our dread's currently ticking down, but it'll only tick down to our natural dread of 15 now, so that's good. And then the extra control growth should mean that this is going to go up, it's now going up by 1.7 per month, which is still not amazing, but it's better than it was, so yeah, all of that's good. I'm now just going to unpause, I think, and just let it roll a little bit longer. So we got 800, 900 troops. Okay, so it probably means we have probably like 1,100 once we switch back to the increased levies one. Strathclyde has got a little bit larger down here. Okay, good to know. We need to designate a guardian for my second son. Okay, so he thinks that he's doing a learning education. He could be. I think stewardship is better, but let's maybe just give him a learning education. Go with what he gave us for this one. Let's see what we've got. Maybe our suffragan bishop can educate him, and that'll make him like us a little bit more. Which doesn't matter too much, although but I did notice when I took him off, we could potentially be getting a tiny bit more taxes out of him. So, yeah, that might be good to just increase his opinion just a tad more. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, removed lack of sheriffs. I told you it could be removed that way. That's very good. So we're now making more taxes from this one. So we're making 0.5 from this, which is pretty good now. So, yeah, money's starting to come in. You got us a claim, plus a 78 gold. I will take that. Right, what else have we got? Designate a guardian for our daughter. Okay, so our daughter also wants a learning education. We could designate the same guardian. That should get us another 15 opinion, right? Although, that might only give us it once. I don't know. Let's send her over anyway. That seems fine. They can both have that. I did want to hire a court physician, and I think that it's probably the right time, because I'm also thinking I might declare a war soon. Let's see how we're looking. I just want to see how much it costs. 100 prestige. That's fine. So let's maybe get ourselves a court physician. We have people who are basically awful at it, but I think that I'm just going to put you in for just now, because you're free. What's this? It costs... Oh, if I revoke it, it costs me stuff. Yeah, I'm not that worried. This guy now actually quite likes me, which is good. Is he paying me full taxes? He is. So in a way, that kind of paid for itself, because now we're making full taxes from our church holdings. Awesome. Right, so we'll let it go on a little bit longer. We're now at 1,000 troops. How are you looking? You're at 1,000 troops. Now, he does have money, and the problem with him having money is that he can probably get mercenaries. So, need to just keep an eye on that. The enemy of Rome. While studying the tactics of ancient generals, I was astonished to learn about the exploits of Hannibal Barca during the Second Punic War. Known as the enemy of Rome, Hannibal's crowning achievement was the Battle of Cannae, where his army of roughly 50,000 outmaneuvered and encircled the larger 86,000 strong Roman army. Surrounded and unable to retreat, only 3,000 Romans survived the massacre. So I can get aggressive attacker, which is very good. Increases our maximum battle roll in hills. It's starting to look like we've got some good things going on there. Although I don't think we actually have yeah, we don't actually have rough terrain expert, so we wouldn't get the minimum as well. But if we can get somebody with the minimum... Oh, I just realized this roll in hills, this must be what our culture said here. Some commander traits and personality traits have extra hill bonuses. Oh, okay. But as I was saying, if we get the minimum roll up and the maximum roll up, that's very good. We can try and get Fabian tactics to get supply duration or versatility. So that one also increases maximum battle rolls but reduces enemy defensive advantage. Ooh, I like that one actually. That's very good because hills give a defensive advantage, so that kind of works with itself. Martial perk, cool. I'm going to take strict organization to increase control again, as in it's again increasing this control rate. Or it should be. Or is this one of these ones that works weirdly? Does it say... Oh, it says progress gain. Is this one of these ones that stacks? What I was wondering is, does this actually give a straight control? Or what it sometimes does is it's like, I'm trying to see one in here. You see where it increases by up to a value of this, right? Sometimes when it says that, what your perks are doing is instead of directly increasing the control and county progress, it would be like increasing the your ramp up to the max progress, which is not quite the same thing. I don't know whether that is the case in this case, but let's have a look. It's still 1.7, so I don't really know what's going on there, unless we lost another bonus, which is also possible. Right, we'll let it roll a little bit longer. An unworthy challenge. At first I thought the simple footman a fool for stepping onto the training field. However, the battle proved more hard fought than I expected, and it gradually became clear that he would be unable to stop his wild and vicious strikes from hurting me. Disarming him suddenly became a matter of life and death. I tried not to show my relief when his sword finally hit the ground. I can recruit him. Okay, that seems good. I can gain prestige and piety, or I will strike him down where it stands and get dread. Let's recruit him. I think that's fine. We do gain some stress, but he's a pretty good knight for us, so I'll take it. Designate a guardian for our third son. Says he's going to go for stewardship. Yeah, sure, why not let him go for stewardship? And we'll get him educated by... Yes, my steward could do it. That seems fine, and it'll also make his opinion of me go up to positive. So that all seems good. Right. Athol, you currently have roughly the same number of troops as us. I was wondering if I wanted to switch. If I switch this guy onto Organized Army and wait a month. So we now have 1.1 thousand troops. Do we think we could beat him with an even troop count? That's the question. How's his men at arms? His armored footmen, which counter spearmen. He has light footmen, which counter heavy infantry, which is actually good. So our only one would counter his armored footmen. So that's good. So I think that we would be fine to fight him, especially if we called in our ally. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I think we might declare a war at the start of next episode. So thank you for watching. I'm going to end it here, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.